Welcome to the Murphy, Sam, and Jodi After the Show podcast.
Valentine's Day 101. This is the Valentine's
101,
Day
you mean,
podcast. 101.
Yeah, I thought you said one-on-one.
Sounded like you said one-on-one.
Which actually is really
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, exactly. A theme, you know?
No, 101.
Okay.
I want to talk about it, because it's so funny. And we can get personal. I'll tell you how Murphy and I do Valentine's Day. We don't even think about it until Valentine's Day, which I think makes it sweet. I am not overly sensitive about Valentine's Day. If you flat out forgot, I wouldn't care. I really wouldn't. We're going to be home.
I'm not going to forget. You're reminding me right now.
I'm not trying to remind you. But it's so funny that, you realize the longer that you live that a lot of people have a problem with this holiday. If you're single, it stings a little. Or if you're dating, there's pressure. Or if you've been together forever, there's also pressure of not really knowing how to get it right and you want to get it right. That's why there's a lot of, frustration around the day.
But see, you two are on the same page, and that's where it needs to be. There's no frustration.
Agreed.
I mean, it would be frustrating if Murphy could care less, and you're like, Valentine's Day.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I was when I was a younger girl.
Yeah.
And I've told you guys those stories, and we can touch on them here, but you cannot let one day make or break something for you. It's how someone treats you all the time.
That's right. Yeah, what you do in your
Really
relationship every day is what makes the difference. And,
It's true.
Valentine's, which is fine, you know what, because it keeps the economy going. It's a marketing
It's a commercial
day,
holiday.
right? I mean, it's a commercial day.
Wait, it's not about love?
It's about that, too.
But we touched on it in 3 Things to Know today, and I wanted to go a little deeper into from, like experts in the gift-giving world, how to do Valentine's Day. A gift that shows you pay attention. If you want to give something or do something for someone that you love, whatever you do, show that you're paying attention, right? The times that you've given me something that's between the private joke, that's the funny little candy bar, like the ones that we had on our honeymoon. That's a funny personal joke. It means something just to the two of us.
Well, Sam knows where that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Mounds, little Mounds candy.
Not because Sam was there, he just heard the story.
And that was an accidental one because we just happened to bring the bag with us because we both liked them, and then it became
honeymoon
our thing.
candy.
Yeah.
Bounds is the one without almonds, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dark
Almond joy.
chocolate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are good with the coconut.
Those are delicious.
See, I think all gifts like that, though, not just Valentine's Day, Christmas,
Should be that
birthdays,
way.
anniversaries, it needs to be
It's right.
not just go to the store and go
show
to the
that
gift
you're
section.
paying attention.
Yeah.
If you really, really think back, Murphy, you probably know where I'm going to try to go for you because I am going to give and do something for you, but it's something I've done before because I'm paying attention.
Yeah.
But that's just
I mean,
I don't want you to guess.
And I already have my gift for you, by the way.
Sweet. You don't have to, though.
No, I know that.
Just want to be home. I just want to enjoy the weekend.
We just keep it simple. I think it's something that you like,
Sweet. I'm sure it is.
I mean, after 27, 28 years, however many years it's been now, I'm hoping.
However long it's been.
Yeah.
The other, sort of advice, which is also very good if you're feeling Valentine's Day pressure, be careful about going too practical on a gift because Valentine's Day is supposed to be a sentimental holiday, and especially if your person that you're trying to gift is a sentimental person.
Well,
it doesn't need to be a vacuum cleaner.
I made that mistake with you, and it might have been Christmas or your birthday one year when I gave you the wooden spoons.
Yeah, that was the only time you ever made that mistake.
I know. I learned that one really fast. But I thought it was like, she's like, I really need wooden spoons. I'm like, well, let me give her some wooden spoons. But when you're early in the relationship,
I wanted to hit you with that, go, but I, of course, didn't. But I think I was cooking for you, and I was like, I need a wooden spoon. I didn't remember saying it. I did not. But
you did.
That's not a Valentine's one. That's like pick it up at Walmart this weekend thing.
But understand, all the advice in the world can go out the window if you know your person.
Yeah.
Murphy would probably love something practical if it's something he wanted, if it's something tech especially. Not that I try to buy you tech anymore. Tech is your love affair. You have a love affair with tech.
Yeah.
All kinds.
I mean, I think it's the things that you just, as you start to know the other person, it makes sense. And what I was going to say, too, before we get too far into the podcast, because, not everybody has a significant other right now, which is fine. Sam's a perfect example of that. And I was just checking the percentage to make sure that I was right. It's a little over 40% of America is single.
Yeah.
So that's something you need to keep in mind when there's somebody who is not a fan of Valentine's Day, or it doesn't mean it has to be romantic love. The kind of things you're describing, Jodi, if you know your mom that well, or if you have a best friend that you know that well.
You're speaking my language.
You can celebrate it that way.
I love to do something like that, and I am planning to do something. Look, Valentine's Day falls on a Saturday this year, and for a lot of people who are at work for Valentine's Day, it takes the pressure off of, the receiving of flowers or the not receiving of flowers in front of all your, people or whatever. So it makes it more personal, hopefully, if you, are home on the weekends and don't work the weekends. But someone in my life, and she's the girl who does my nails. And I see her about once a month, sometimes a little bit more often than that if I have a problem or something. She has been going through a personal situation this last year, and she's doing well now, but she had some bumps. And it's funny because I was thinking about dropping off something to her.
Oh, that's sweet.
And I've already, decided what it would be, like it's just a little something because we're close.
Yeah.
She's given me gifts in the past, like unnecessary, like Christmas time or when she comes back from, trips, and we become friends. It was a professional relationship at first, but we become friends. I'm thinking about dropping her a little something on Saturday.
The personal issue she's having, it wasn't love related, huh?
It was love related.
You're not going to aggravate the situation.
No, I'm going to make her smile. I promise.
Like, a gift for Valentine's. I don't have a sweetheart.
No.
It would be, she's not playing Cupid. Yeah,
no, I don't play Cupid.
I know. You never have.
No. Anyway, so I love that idea. Some old friend that you haven't spoken to in a long time and you love them. It can be about that too. It's your neighbors or not at all. You can ignore the day if you want.
Woohoo. Yeah. It's really one of the pressure-filled things that you're talking about. It's easy to do if you're early in a relationship or whatever, the automatic
There's
thing.
weight.
Right. And what you were saying a second ago, Sam, I think is the difference maker on that is if you're just getting into a relationship, kind of understand, get to know the person well enough to understand what the expectations are. And maybe you do that gesture as you're early in the relationship, regardless of whether it's just a card or a box of sweethearts or roses or dinner or whatever it is that you want to do. It doesn't have to be, an Academy Award winning production.
Yeah, simple dinner.
I like little stuff better.
Making a reservation and taking somebody out to dinner, that's a simple and a winner.
Making sure that you make the reservation.
Right. Don't wait till Friday.
Right.
It may be tough to do that now. You know what I'm saying? With just a couple of days
it's
to go.
True. The other thing is, if you don't want to gift something because that's a hard evidence thing of did you get it right? Did you get it wrong? Do an experience. Do an experience. Go do something together instead of, it being, something delivered.
You mean like laser tag?
Whatever you want.
Actually, it could be. That could be
Couples
fun.
laser tag.
Yeah, it could be fun.
I just don't think that if you put some thought into it and you have paid attention to your person, you can't really go wrong, hopefully. I say that. I'm sure there are people who go wrong, or not doing anything at all, not saying anything at all, if you know it means something to your person, is, I guess, where people go wrong.
To go back to what you said about, single people feeling like, it's a day for couples, not for me. Wah, wah. Me personally, I can't speak for all singles, obviously, but for me personally, I just don't care. Number one, I don't have to buy a gift. Cha-ching. But I'm not getting a gift.
Right.
But it's like Valentine's Day's never been one of those days to me.
Yeah.
Even when you were married, same deal?
I mean, there were gifts exchanged.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, hey, Valentine's Day's coming.
Right.
It's not like Christmas or your birthday or your anniversary.
The story, and I know I've told it to you guys over the years, but if anybody is new to us, when I was a young girl and I was in a serious relationship, one of the first serious relationships of my life. And he was older than me. He was he was 7 or 8 years older than me. And I had always had these boyfriends that overdid it on Valentine's Day. So my experience was, it's a big day.
Yeah.
I used to get the big teddy bears with necklaces around it and a dozen roses delivered. Also, I got, showered all day long by these boyfriends. And then I got into, and I'm growing up. I'm in my early 20s, and I get into this serious relationship. You know what I'm talking about, Murphy, my ex. And he's older than me. And Valentine's Day, our first Valentine's Day came around. And look, this was, a serious relationship. I expected a lot. and he was busy with important things. He was, getting his PhD. He was busy. And the day came and went, and literally I didn't hear anything. And I was livid. I was so upset. I was actually hurt. I was hurt. Mm-hmm. And I felt bad for him looking back on that because, of course, I finally at the end of the day I said something to him about it because I had stuff for him and experiences. And I think I cooked something or whatever. And he heard me, but then he said the words that I needed to hear. He said, "I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking about it. It's not something to me. But I want you to think about the way I treat you all the time because one day does not make or break this for me." Oh. So he learned a little bit about me that I was, probably still a little emotionally more immature than him, a lot more immature than him, actually. And I learned a big lesson that day because he was right. As soon as he said it, I was like, oh, yeah, you're right.
Next year, the following year, did you get something on Valentine's?
I don't even remember.
She got a big teddy bear and a bunch of flowers.
I don't even remember because that was a rocky relationship, kind of it was hot and cold.
Yeah, I think early in any relationship, that is easy. That's an easy mistake to make because, the first time that you're in a serious relationship, you kind of don't really know how to balance expectations because it's your first relationship. And you know what?
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. You're not going to land perfectly day one in a relationship doing everything the way that you think you should or should not. It's a process of getting to know somebody.
Yeah. So anyway, Valentine's 101, at least pay attention. Whatever you do, say, or give, or don't do, make sure that you're paying attention to your person. The world will tell you there's one way to do this. There's only so many boxes to check. It's not true. It's not true.
The other thing is and again, nothing wrong with anybody trying to top themselves every year, but that's what you get into. If you do something so extravagant, you almost feel like you're competing with yourself for the next year. And that's that pressure thing that you really don't need to. I
love the little personal touches.
I mean, at least I know that, I don't have to leave a trail of rose petals down our hallway, Jodi.
Please don't.
Somebody's got to clean it up.
I'm going to clean that up.
Subscribe to the Murphy, Sam, and Jodi podcast. Free and easy.